Hey y'all, I have time this morning to do one quick story. I thought I would just do a live read on this, and this will be about 3 to 5 minutes long, and it's a pretty good little story. I hope you like it. The writer, he doesn't say whether to use his name or not, so I'm not going to. But here's what he writes. I used to deliver the Columbus Dispatch. It was good money, but it meant getting up every day at 2 a.m. to go pick up my papers. My dad was an early riser, so many times he'd go with me. It gave him a chance to get out of the house, and I think he enjoyed doing it. One day, as we were picking up the bundles, Dad said, "Man, it smells like something died around here somewhere." I had noticed that smell lately. It seemed like it always smelled like something was dead in that one spot. It was near a stream where the Park Service had come out and bought up all the land. And now, all around that place, there's nothing but parks and woods. Once I took my kid's mother with me. We were driving on the road to the house to pick up the papers when we saw something standing by the guardrail by the stream. We were driving through the park area, and whatever it was standing so still, it was hard to say if it was a living being or something else. It was still dark out, so I couldn't make out what it was other than a big and black or dark brown thing. We stopped to try to get a better look at it, and I rolled down the windows, but that didn't help. I got out my flashlight, but I still couldn't quite tell what it was. It wasn't something I normally did, but for some reason, I had brought my gun with me that day. I took it out and pointed it at the object. And I thought for a minute about firing off a round into it, but I decided not to. Good move. We were in a Chevy Uplander, and that thing was way above the roof. I'd say it was between 7 and 8 feet tall. We were close enough that it had to see me point my gun at it, but it didn't move. It just stood there. So I put my gun away. Good move. "Let's go on and get the papers," I said, "and we'll shine the van lights on it when we come back. Then we'll be able to figure out what it is." We were only gone 10 minutes. We'd picked up the papers and headed right back up the road. But when we got to the spot where it had been standing, it was gone. The only person I ever told about this was my father. He's since passed away. My son knows about it, but only because he overheard my dad and me talking about it. He tells me he doesn't like going on the trails in the park because he always smells something dead out there. The deer population in this area is dropping too. There used to be quite a few, but lately I haven't seen many at all. Makes me wonder if the Bigfoot have moved in around the waterways here, and maybe the Park Service has made a home for them. Oh, now that's something I've never thought about. Do you think that some of these areas are sometimes protected or restricted for people to go in because the state or federal government is actually making a habitat for these creatures and keeping humans out of there? I've never thought of that, and I've never seen that mentioned in a story in all this time that I've been doing these. But that's a real good point. I never thought about that. I wonder if that's happening. Okay, I just wanted to knock one out and let you guys hear a cool little story that I thought was pretty good. I'm going to get back to work, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.